hope you're having a great day. This week, I'm at Noosa, away on a holiday at the beach, kicking my new year off in the best way possible. And in this video, I want to share with you my New Year's resolutions for 2019 and the tips I have on making sure I achieve them. So in my previous video, I made my word for 2019 growth, which means all of my goals that you'll see in this video will be focused around that word as I want to continue to grow into the best possible version of myself. Okay, so these are my goals for 2019. I split them into two categories, one personal and one professional. So to start off with my personal goals, the first one is to become the fittest that I've ever been. And I want to achieve this through going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and getting back into swimming. I used to swim competitively, and because of this, it was such a huge part of my life. But I quit about 3 years ago, and ever since I've been really missing it. So I thought that by getting back into swimming, it would be a really enjoyable way for me to get fit. The second goal is to spend more time with loved ones. This includes seeing my family more, catching up more regularly with friends, and doing fun activities with both of them. My third goal is to attend a health retreat. I did this a few years ago, and it was the most amazing and transformative thing that I've ever done in my life. So I'm just chasing that feeling and really want to go back to it. And my final personal goal is to use my weekly day off to try new things. All right, and moving on to the professional side of the goals, first on the list, I really want to become a lot more comfortable around a camera. Secondly, I want to launch 2 websites this year, one for my production company and one for Cave Girl. Thirdly is to take on clients and jobs that we're really passionate about in the production company. My fourth goal is to get our first major client. And my final goal is to reach more people through Cave Girl and to positively impact their lives. All right, so now that I have these goals, I want to share with you the tips that I have on making sure that I achieve them. In the past, I've definitely set goals that I haven't ended up achieving throughout that year. And I think a huge reason why that's the case is that they weren't intrinsically driven. They weren't goals that I was really passionate about and something that I really desperately wanted to achieve to my core. I think a lot of them were driven by external factors, social media being a huge one. And because I was most likely being driven by these external factors like social media, I made goals that I wasn't really that passionate about, like trying to get my body to look a certain way, or to lift a certain weight, or to earn a certain amount of money that year. So this year, when I was creating my goals, I decided that I really wanted to look inward and focus on things that I was really passionate and motivated to do, and stuff that I've wanted to do for so long. And that is tip number 1, creating goals that are really deep, meaningful, personal, and fulfilling for you. So my second tip is writing down why I want to achieve each goal. The easiest part of creating a goal is just that, creating the goal. The hard part may come in a few days' time, weeks, months, when we lose some of this motivation, drive, and passion to achieve that goal. And I think in these moments when we're feeling unmotivated, it would be really helpful if we could look down at something we've written and see why we created these goals in the first place. And because I've taken the time to create these really meaningful and personal goals, these reasons as to why I want to achieve them will be so fulfilling and will definitely increase my motivation again. So my third tip is to start slow and work into your goals. I tend to be the kind of person that dives straight headfirst into things, but if I tried to dive straight into all of these goals at once, I would find myself so overwhelmed and probably wouldn't even achieve any of them, and then become discouraged and unmotivated. We have a whole year. There's no need to rush into this. Let's take it slow and just enjoy the ride. Tip number 4, make your goals achievable and reevaluate them when necessary. So this goes back to when you're creating your goals. These goals are there because you really want to achieve them. And in order to achieve them, you need to be able to make them realistic so that you can see yourself achieving them. So instead of saying in 2019, I want to be going to the gym 6 times a week, and then January 1, jumping in and going to the gym 6 times that week, maybe it would be best to only go once or twice and work your way into it. So you're building a healthy habit rather than burning out and getting sick in the first week of January. Tip number 5, make your resolutions known to others. The classic holding yourself accountable by making your resolutions known to others, or in my case, putting them on the internet. It's quite effective. Tip number 6, achieve your goals with someone. This is another really great accountability trick and a really enjoyable way to achieve your goals and to help someone achieve theirs. Tip number 7, my last tip and what I find to be the most effective. I ask myself, what will happen if I don't follow through? While I'm normally all about positivity and positive reinforcement, sometimes our goals are so crucial to our health and happiness that if we don't follow through, it can be really detrimental. So I ask myself this question, what will happen if I don't follow through with this goal? How will I feel in a week's time, a month, 6 months, a year, 5 years' time? How will I feel? Sometimes not taking action can be more detrimental than the risk it is to take it. Okay, so those are my tips. Every person's goals and their reasonings behind them are so different. So if my tips don't work for you, I really encourage you to find ones that do. And just because I have this list of goals now, doesn't mean that I won't think of new things that I want to achieve or do within the year. Every week I think of new things that I want to try or new things that I want to do. So this list isn't solely going to define my be-all and end-all of 2019. Okay, so that wraps this video up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video has helped you create deep and meaningful resolutions and that you have an amazing year achieving them. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!